what might happen tomorrow or the day after that.
I think it's a very scary thing to happen, knowing that we went to school with this person.
Breaking news of another mass school shooting. And what led up to the massacre?
They're all locked down, but we have 2 kids that we don't know where they are.
Okay. Among the 6 victims, 3 9-year-old students Evelyn Dykehouse, Hallie Scruggs, and William Kinney. 60-year-old Catherine Kuntz was also shot and killed, as well as 61-year-old Cynthia Peak and Mike Hill. Now know the shooter is identified as 28-year-old Audrey Elizabeth Hale. Initially, investigators announced the mass shooter as a woman who is now being classified as a transgender man. Born a female, Hale's LinkedIn profile noted the use of he/him pronouns. Other social media indicated Hale went by the name Aiden rather than Audrey. Hale was shot and killed by police during the attack. At 10:13 a.m. on March 27th, the first call came in for the shooting at the Covenant School Nashville Private Christian School. Security camera video released by the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department shows the shooter arrive at the school at about 9:53 a.m. Minutes later, at 9:57 a.m., the shooter sends some messages to Averiana Patton, a former basketball teammate. Patton says she had not kept in contact with the shooter since they played together back in middle school. The shooter's messages read in part, quote, "You'll probably hear about me on the news after I die. This is my last goodbye. And one day this will make more sense. I've left behind more than enough evidence behind, but something bad is about to happen." At 10:10 a.m., the shooter opens fire at the school, shattering glass on a set of double doors. After that, Hale crawls through the openings and enters the school. Multiple angles of security footage show the shooter walking around the school, pointing their weapon. Investigators say Hale was armed with 2 rifles, a handgun, and significant ammunition. Later search of the shooter's vehicle led to the discovery of a manifesto. Police also say Hale created detailed maps of the school, highlighting possible entry points. Nashville officials say the shooter also conducted surveillance on the school before the shooting. They've since confirmed Hale was once a student at the school.
Quickly became clear that something was off. The suspect's behavior would only become stranger as the interaction continued.
Roll over. I got you right here. Okay, I got a 9mm magazine. Got anything else on you?
Just my phones.
Just your phones? Nothing else? What?
Been exposed.
Been exposed to what?
No.
To what?
I'm trans and my breasts just flew everywhere.
And you're what?
I'm transgender and I flashed everyone.
That's the least of your worries right now.
Officers don't know yet is that they've only scratched the surface and that there is still another shooter lurking inside the school. The victim was identified by his classmates as Kendrick. He had been shot twice, but getting him to safety and emergency medical personnel turned out to be easier said than done.
What is your name?
Devin Erickson.
Who?
Devin Erickson.
Evan Erickson?
Devin Erickson. With the DEVONERICKSON. Do you have him or somebody else? Because I know what he had on him.
What?
And he's transgender, so he's gonna have a binder on underneath, a black binder on.
And this is Alex?
This is Alec. A-L-E-C. Alec McKinley.
Devin was 18 years old, but at 16, Alec was still a minor. Speaking of Alec, out in the hall, police witnessed increasingly strange behavior.
Stop.
Stop what?
They won't stop talking. Stop.
Are there only 2 of you?
Yes.
You're positive.
Yes. They're telling me to run.
What?
They're telling me to run. Put your foot on me.
You're not going anywhere, trust me. You move some, you're gonna get broken, you understand that? You stay right the there.
On top of being transgender, I got a lot of crap for that.
How long have you been Alec?
I came out to my friends in about 8th grade.
8th grade? Okay.
Has the transition been smooth or has it been rough or what's been going on with that?
hard.
Tell me why it's been really hard. I just have to live with the fact that no one sees me for me, and I will never be who I want to be. Anything, I'm not a boy, I'm not a girl, I'm just nothing for this for a couple weeks now. And I texted Devin and I said, let's hang out, basically. And then I was talking to him about it and he was like, why? Like, what's your motive? And I was talking about how I know what people say about me. I'm not dumb. I gave them a reason to be scared because they need to think about how what you really say can drive someone to do this.
And also shared that someone had spread an explicit rumor at STEM about Alec, which had been very upsetting. Still, Devin said he'd never expected Alec to take such horrific action. According to Alec and Morgan, Alec's father, Jose, was no longer in the picture, and currently 14 family members were all living under the same roof, lead up to the crime.
Did you guys do, I guess, any other sort of research into how to carry this plan out?
Not to carry how to carry the plan out. It was when Sol Pais came to Colorado, and we heard that she had like Columbine tattoos. That's kind of when we started searching up Columbine.
Okay.
And it wasn't to execute this plan. It was just kind of trying to put the two and two together. Okay. With Sol Pais and the Columbine.
Sol Pais was a student who received national attention when she became the subject of a large FBI manhunt after she was found armed in Colorado on the 20th anniversary of the Columbine school shooting. Given her obsession with that incident, police believed she was planning a copycat massacre at Columbine School on its anniversary. Facebook records indicated that Devin and Alec had discussed Sol Pais at length, even sending each other screenshots of her website and Instagram. Follow-up investigation had revealed even more on the subject of Columbine on Alec's Snapchat.
Tomorrow is the 20th anniversary of the Columbine shooting. It's like, geez, everything's going on in 1 week.
In hindsight, it seems disturbingly obvious why Alec saved this clip. Unfortunately, the video did not reveal who the speaker was. The police knew by now that Devin's interest in Columbine was not the only red flag. Back in the early days of the investigation, one of Devin's former classmates, Brian, had shared some chilling information.
He would like just come up behind me and do like all the school shooter jokes.
Okay, and what kind of school shooter jokes would you say?
When the pencil hits the floor, I'm gonna start shooting. I'm gonna take this 0 to Columbine real quick.
Okay. How often would you say stuff like that?
About every day.
Months later, in Alec's new version of events, Devin was responsible for more than just the school shooting.
I was doing coke in the bathroom, and I came back, and he was like, he didn't have any clothes on. He had like his boxers on, and that was it. And he was sitting with his mom's nail polish and painting something about like the voices win in the corner of the closet wall.
Alec stated that it had been Devin's idea to vandalize his mother's car.
It has changed on me trying to protect Devin, and I need to keep my promises.
Who are you talking about in terms of your promises?
I'm not great at this. I talked to Kendrick a lot. I promised that I would do good for him. I promised I'm gonna help everyone that I can for him. I promised I'm gonna change for the better for him.
In 2020, Alec McKinney was sentenced to life in prison, plus 38 years after pleading guilty on several charges. Alec was ultimately convicted of 11 charges, including but not limited to murder after deliberation, murder with extreme indifference, attempted murder, and possession of a weapon on school grounds. September 17, 2021, Devin Erickson was sentenced to life in prison, plus 1,282 years, despite entering a plea of not guilty. He was convicted on 46 charges in total, including murder after deliberation, murder with extreme indifference, multiple counts of attempted murder, theft, reckless endangerment, and more. He is not eligible for parole. The robotics lab at STEM school has since been renamed in honor of Kendrick. His heroic actions meant that his was the only life lost that day at STEM. His parents still visit his grave every day.